you lovely flavoursome lot. How are you doing? Is everyone having a great day today? The sun is shining. I can't really complain too much. And we have a Resilient Jenkins update. Now, I don't do these updates as frequently as I used to. However, there's a large portion of my following who do request these updates, and I do also keep my eye on them to see what they're getting up to.
You think I give a about your opinion? No.
If you are completely unaware of who these guys are, they are a family of 7 living in a motel, although they used to be family of 7 or family of 6 at the time, living in 1 bedroom, and they shot up the TikTok algorithm. Stephanie, the mum, posted a video of her kids crammed into a small room. None of them had beds. They were sleeping pretty much on the floor, on these just about mattresses. The place wasn't very clean. Both of them were turning around and basically refusing to work, which has always been a real big problem. We have Steph and we have Andrew, no W2 Drew, who refuses to get a W2 job. He states because of medical reasonings, but as we have found out over the course of a few months, it's actually because he has a child that he abandoned and he doesn't want money garnished from his wages, because that was what was happening when he had a W2 job. Mum's name is Arlisa, and she has spoken about this extensively, and she's now taking him to court, and it's a whole kerfuffle. Recently, they've moved from motel to hotel to whatever. They have abandoned their cats. People on the internet, Shaylin, who actually went and rescued said cats, and these cats, one of them was not in a very good state. There's a lot of information that I can't really get through in a couple of minutes of a recap. But essentially, yeah, they are grifters, and they are both just refusing to work. Drew has actually set up a TikTok that has amassed over 10,000 followers at this point. Both basically just not really doing a lot to try and better their situation.
But really, I've done nothing. I've done that crap. I'm a great freaking mom.
And no doubt it is increasingly difficult to earn money, to get jobs, to be paid a livable wage. Understandably, 100% agree with that. But the fact is that we have 2 fully capable adults who just seemingly do not want any better for their children, and they can say that they do, but their actions say otherwise.
Give a rat's hairy ball ass about your freaking statements of, well, I got this, that, and the third disease, and my husband has this, that, and that, and he'll still go to work and all that. Guess what? That's your decision. I've seen way too many people way too freaking young. And when I noticed that, hey, if I keep pushing my body this, that, and the third way, I'm going to cut 10 years off my life, and the same for my man, we're not going to do that. We're going to take the steps to worry about our health and be here for our kids as long as we possibly can. And I don't care if that bothers you. I just don't.
What has happened very, very recently is that we have had 2 of the kids who have had a birthday. Like I say, they're a family of 7, so they've got 2 adults, how many kids, and they got 1 baby. The issue that people are having this week is that not only was there clear favoritism that was being shown between the eldest boy and then one of the girls, there was also a card that was written by one of the other siblings to the girl whose birthday it was that was incredibly sad. Insight into what really is going on within that hotel motel. I have to stop myself from referencing Pitbull, but yeah, it's a real insight into what is actually going on in there, and it's terribly sad. So we're gonna start off with that note. Bear this one in mind. So the little girl had a birthday, and Steph is saying, yeah, you know, kid's gone off to school and we're going to decorate. Now straight away she is decorating the motel hotel, and she's decorating it, the little flouncy things that are coming down and the banners that are going across, and she says that she went and she mail ordered her daughter's toys. He also asked the daughter what she wanted to have for her birthday meal, and the daughter said she wanted burgers, and apparently this was the same as last year, which is like 100%. That is what you should get on your birthday, you know?
Getting the chance to post our daughter's birthday vlog. Now, like I mentioned with our son's birthday, we are keeping our birthday celebrations pretty small, at home kind of celebrations. Each of the kids gave us a couple of gift ideas, anywhere from 4 to 5 gift ideas that they really wanted, and we tried our best to make sure that's what we got them. Our daughter has been into Hello Kitty for multiple years now. You'll see that at the end of this video because I shared the vlog from last year, and it's kind of crazy how similar the birthdays went last year versus this year because our daughter is pretty simplistic and she wanted the same thing. She even asked for burgers again. She asked for burgers last year for dinner as well. Now, I'm not here to please anybody except my daughter when it comes to her birthday, so if you think we went too big, you think we went too small, I really couldn't give a flip. My whole heart, man. She's so sweet.
Have Drew's account, no W2 Drew. Like I say, he has a TikTok as well, and he managed to catch exactly what was written on this card from the other sibling, and people have been trying to decipher this, which is quite difficult. It's quite difficult to decipher, obviously, young child's handwriting at the best of times, but essentially what people are saying, it says, I'll put it up here, I hate your birthday, I feel lonely. Something to that effect. I will say I've got 2 kids of my own. I've got a 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. So it was my 8-year-old's birthday quite recently. Of course, you're going to have a little bit of jealousy of the fact that, you know, like, I want to open a present. Some points they may not necessarily understand when you've got a really big present. Understandable, you got a 5-year-old and they're wanting to do this and that. I don't get is kind of what was written in the card, because I feel like that is coming from a place deeper than just, you know, I'm jealous about a birthday, for you to obviously write it and then have that be opened by the sister who then is going to read it. And of course this is absolutely no like hate, shame, whatever on the child, because this is 110% a Stephanie and Drew thing. Do you know what I mean? This is not to do with the child. This is a direct reflection of how that child must be feeling living in that environment. It can't be good for children to live in that environment, and people have been saying this for a long time. It's not meant in a way to shame people who may end up in those situations. These are people who are not doing anything to get out of said situation and keep on making their situation worse.
Pushing my body this, that, and the third way. I'm going to cut 10 years off my life, and the same for my man. We're not going to do that. We're going to take the steps to worry about our health and be here for our kids as long as we possibly can. And I don't care if that bothers you. I just don't.
You have to also remember that on top of that, they have come into more money. People are bamboozled about where this money is going. But I mean, Drew got a new car quite recently that is not an old beat up one. She has said that, you know, their benefits are being capped because they're earning over the threshold, which obviously then means that they're going to have to pay for things. You get that? They're going to have to like pay for things that they weren't originally paying for. However, is still signaling that they are in a better financial situation than they were back then, unless what they're paying out is going to end up depleting what is. Hopefully that is making sense to you. This is then not really making a lot of sense when just a week prior it was the eldest son's birthday. Stark contrast between what he was receiving versus what his sister was receiving. I mean, we have comments that are saying daughter gets the whole motel decorated and son just got a birthday banner on his bed. The favoritism is crazy. And someone else said, but we don't have any money for Bubba's birthday this year. The little boy got was clothes he needed and a football for his birthday. The child didn't get all of this, which is true, because if you do look at it, he got the Lego blocks. I don't think it was like a specific build, a certain thing block. I think it was just standard blocks, could be wrong there. And then he got a football when he got it from the store, so they all went into the store, went and picked it. There was no pre-buying, nothing like that. It was just going in, getting it.
So yesterday was our son's 9th birthday, and we did what we could to create some magic for our kiddo. Birthdays don't look the same in every household, so let's keep that in mind before we go to a judgmental state on this video, okay? Thank ya. See, to our kiddos, they're going to be overjoyed if Drew and I put the most effort we can into getting the gifts that they asked us for. Our kiddos love our cooking, so a nice home-cooked meal is going to be a win-win for them every time. And most importantly, family time. We are a tight-knit family, and we enjoy our time as a family.
Quick insert into this one. What do you mean time as a family? You guys only spend time with each other. How much more family time could you possibly want? I understand it, but they're saying, like, you know, all we need is to be as a family. It's like, you know, we already know that kid has, like, friends. We had one of their mums literally come out and say that she wanted to invite the little boy over, but Stephanie will not answer her messages. It sounds very like, you know, like, keep our kids to ourselves and don't let them mix with other kids. Just the general vibe I'm getting, but continue.
So with that said, we started our day yesterday by going to Fred Meyer and getting the gifts that he asked us to. Then we stopped at Dollar Tree and got some decorations to decorate his bed before he showed back up from school.
Sure,
All right,
girl.
come back for part 2.
One simple banner across his bed. Which, once again, if that is all you can afford, then that is all you can afford. But the thing is, she's putting more thought into the daughters than she is his. I mean, by the sounds of it, he didn't even request anything for the birthday meal. There was nothing to do with that. And we're not talking about a huge time frame. We're talking like a week. Not to mention that as soon as all the kids walked in and his face lit up and he saw that there was, birthday banner and all of that, one of the other siblings, I can't remember which one, but one of the other siblings just went, oh, good, I've been waiting to eat this, and just started eating one of the cupcakes, even though that was meant to be his. And I get it, like, this is a sibling thing, but there should be like a level of correction there. And the issues with how people are feeling about the way that she treats the boy, I mean, it hasn't stemmed from nothing. There's always been a lot of talk in the community about the fact that she does favourite her biological children more because that is Drew's son. Mum, I think she does appear online. There's talk about her wanting to get custody. Honestly, I am staying way clear of that whole situation because I don't really fully understand what happened to begin with, and I feel like in this situation, unless it comes out in court, one is never really going to know, but that's just my own personal opinion and what I feel comfortable with sharing. But we have had Stephanie's mum, who has appeared on live and said that Stephanie had told her that she will not take to the doctors, who has never been to the doctors.
Mentally challenged, and she looked at me, she goes, well, he has reactive attachment disorder. And I said, no, I think what he needs is just to be evaluated, because I think he, might need just a little bit of help.
Wants to know, Mama Reese, how you know that he hasn't been to a doctor in 3 years.
Because she told me.
Wow. It's only been it's been a little less than a year since you've talked to her, right, Mama Reese?
Yeah, and she had told me that because Drew does not technically have custody, that they couldn't take him to a doctor.
That's bullshit. Wow.
There's also a filing that the eldest son's mum put down against Stephanie because the boy had been hit by Stephanie and had sustained an injury. Once again, diabolical, and I remember I covered this one. Stephanie did actually respond to this one a little while back, and she admitted the fact that a situation did happen, but it wasn't the situation in which it is being made out to be, something along those lines. If I can remember where that clip is, I'll put it up here.
Come on, explain yourself. If I explain myself, you're not even going to take 2 seconds to actually pay attention to my perspective. You're going to go ahead and listen to all the perspectives that I put out there about me. Make that make sense. You want me to sit here and explain my side of the story, but you're not even going to listen to it. So what the fuck is the point? I even see people say, I'm never going to waste time and go watch her videos. I'm never going to give her the time of day. How the fuck are you going to get to know if what everything is being said about me is actually accurate if you've never given me the time of day to get to know me? You think I give a fuck about your opinion? No. All I will say is accidents happen, and if I was some kind of theft, Drew would not be with me. He most definitely would not be with me. I don't smack my kids around. I love my kids.
Sorry, I've got really bad hay fever. I've just been sneezing. So following on from Stephanie showcasing the eldest child's birthday, she sat down and she said to all of us, I don't understand why you guys have a problem with me. You have a problem with my husband, because if you didn't already know, her husband is in prison because of what he did in that kind of way to his mum, and then 2 minors, one of which being like a 7-year-old. So yeah, so people are obviously holding that over her because she must have known about it before she married him. She's not happy with the fact that everyone is unhappy with her for that and saying, well, it's not my business, that's not my past, it's not me.
I've been thinking, I can't really wrap my brain around what people's genuine issue with me is when it comes down to it. And when you're going to call me Stephanie Thompson, because just because I'm married to that fool doesn't mean that's how I identify myself. So in this scenario, we're just going to refer to me as Stephanie Freelick because that's my born given name. What do you actually have an issue with Stephanie Freelick for? Think about it for a minute. It's assumptions. You assume I use heavy substances, which there's really even no evidence of that other than your assumptions. And I don't. I've already said I don't. You hate on me for somebody that I married, which if you knew anything about how I was grown up, you might understand why the fuck I didn't even know how to read that about that kind of person. But that's not my thing to carry around. He made those terrible decisions. That's him. That doesn't make me who I am.
She also goes on to say, well, everyone's angry at no W2 Drew because Drew and his ex-baby mama and all of that drama.
And then you hate on me for Drew and his baby mama drama, which also, again, has not shit to do with me. That was his past, not mine.
The reasoning why people have such an issue with it is because you don't see an issue with how he's behaved towards her. She has stated so many times, like, you know, oh, she's just looking for attention, like she's just trying to get clout off of our name. And it's like, what are you talking about? Arlisa is the mother to the son that Drew, no W2 Drew, abandoned. She is more than any of us, more than any person on TikTok, she's allowed to stand up and say that she's not happy with no W2 Drew and your actions. Like, that one makes no sense. And then, of course, lastly, it was to do with the cats and abandoning the cats. And you are right, people are very angry at her for abandoning the cats.
You can hate on me for abandoning cats because I'm gonna freaking hate on myself for that for the rest of my life. I wish that I could have done something different. I wish to God that I would have had another avenue to take in that situation. I'm forever gonna miss those fucking cats. Like, when I break it down, I think most of y'all just hate on me for your own convenience. Because, you know, like, you can use, oh, Resilient Jenkins, this, that, and the third, and you're gonna get the attention that you're so seeking. But really, I've done nothing. I've done not crap. I'm a great freaking mom. And maybe this is a fault of mine, but I'm one of those moms that I love my kids. My kids are so much of my life. I don't necessarily even know what the heck I am outside of being a mom. I don't know. What's my interest in my hobbies? All of them are mom related. I think the reason why this shit has been so heavy on my mind is because I see people message me all the time. I don't even try to keep up with my haters. I really don't. But people let me know, like, hey, this person that speaks on you all the time, they're buying a house, this, that. All these people progressing for using my name and using my content. And I keep thinking, like, what? What's halting my growth? What the heck is stopping me from getting that glow up, that true glow up? Because when you break it down, like I said, I think it's all just for your convenience.
And that is a fix she cannot unfix, because now they can't have cats for 2 years because of what they did to their, you know, abandoning their cats. Like I say, if you didn't know who these guys were and I just sat and explained all of that to you, I'd like to hear your thoughts and feelings in the comment section to what you actually think about the situation. The more I was talking and having to relay information that we kind of, people who've been following them know, the more I was like, this sounds like a story plot. This doesn't sound real. This doesn't sound like any of this actually happened, but it has. It's literally happened in such a short space of time. Anyway, that is the Resilient Jenkins update. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.